Hey everyone, I know it's been a couple of weeks since my last video. I have had quite a lot going on, Christmas, New Year, as I'm sure you've all done. And I was waiting for the news, as I said to you before, having my CT scan. For anyone who hasn't watched my videos before, just a quick update. Got diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer about a year and a half ago now. And it's decided to return back in my lymph glands. So went on capecitabine. I've had 2.5 rounds of capecitabine and had my CT scan before Christmas to see how it's reacted. Well, I got a phone call probably about 5 days ago now, and they haven't got the official results back yet, but what the radiographer said straight away, he can't find anything. So obviously my initial reaction to that was, what do you mean you can't find anything? Which then the doctor replied, they can't find anything in your lymph glands. So the tumor has actually disappeared. I think I wanted to burst out crying. I mean, I knew that everything I've been studying, everything I've been doing was obviously to help the chemotherapy be as, as strong as possible, really, but to weaken that cancer so that it could work. And it's just unbelievable how quickly my body has just responded. They want to do another PET scan, or the first PET scan, to get a really close look to see if there is any minute cancer cells, and then discuss my options, which really gives me a huge amount to think about. They want me on this tablet for the rest of my life. And to me, the concept of living on chemotherapy or living on any drug just seems so ridiculous when our bodies they've been made with all of the devices to tackle anything that we get thrown at us. As I said before, life gives us only what we can handle. So do I even want to go back on chemotherapy? I mean, some of you might think I'm crazy, take the drug for the rest of my life and have the guarantee that, I'll be able to maybe live an extra few years longer. But will I? I mean, living on chemotherapy, killing off those healthy cells, it just, to me, doesn't seem sustainable for the period of life that I want to live. I want to grow old. I want to see my son grow up. I'm not thinking, let's just make it past 5 years. I'm thinking, let's make it past the next 30 years. So my videos before were going to be all about living on chemotherapy, having to tackle the horrendous side effects, which I just feel terrible for anyone taking any kind of tablet. There's always going to be a negative to the positive. But I think now, really, it's about showing people that cancer isn't just about the medication. It's not just about going through the motions of chemo and radiation and surgery. You've got to tackle it from all angles. And the biggest weapon that you've got is your own body's defenses. And how do you get your body's defenses at its optimum level? Well, from everything I've been reading, it's not just the healthy diet. It's about getting rid of the chemicals that we put into our food, into our products that we use. It is about looking at what we are actually putting into our bodies and keeping that inflammation as low as possible. So, I remember before everyone saying, oh yeah, eat your vegetables, eat your greens. But now I've actually looked at the individual processes of what that one vegetable can do to my entire body. For me, that's my medicine. That's what I'm going to use. Turmeric, for example, it's just the amount of benefits that you get from just having a turmeric latte a day. So I want to get the message out there that what the doctors are not telling us of the foods that we need to be avoiding, the sugar, that it's been proven that sugar is what cancer cells need to be able to survive. As soon as you put sugar into your system, the first cell within your body that's getting that is the cancer cells. So it just seems ridiculous that a doctor wouldn't say, get rid of as much sugar as possible, get rid of the processed sugars. that's straight away weakening that cancer cell. And I appreciate it is hard to eat, especially when you've had chemo and your taste buds are gone. I've been there, I've binged on food, and I can tell you I would much rather eat a very tasteless meal than have to go through chemotherapy again. So really, I want to get it out there that there are so many other tools and information that we need to be knowing as cancer patients, not just putting our life in the hands of the specialists. They do everything they can and they do an amazing job, but sometimes it's our responsibility to take control, not just leaving it up to other people. So now that I've got that rant out of my system, I'm obviously just so pleased that for me everything's working, and I hope that this message gets to those who need it most, not just going through cancer, but any other serious disease, going through depression. There's so many things out there that we do have the power to change. So my videos now are not going to be so much based around chemo and drugs, but more based on what am I doing, my lifestyle, and you know, for anyone out there who's going through chemo, you know, at a young age like myself and still wants to push themselves, you know, I will be giving an update on how I'm doing my training for the marathon in April. I did about a 4.5 mile run today. First thing I do, massive long stretch. You know, I remember the times before working out, just never really thinking about my body. I just expected my body to do what I wanted it to do without giving it what it needed. So a 20-minute deep stretch, a protein shake. I've got a brown rice protein shake, gluten-free, dairy-free, wheat-free, soy-free, everything free. So have one of that straight after. Then I'm about to have a green smoothie with a dose of spirulina powder. Obviously loads of protein, loads of calcium, an Epsom salt bath just to clear away all the pain in the muscles, and then a massively healthy lunch, vegan, plant-based whole food diet. I'll be going to Goa on Sunday, so training in Goa is going to be interesting, but I want to bring you guys along. I just want to show people that we are capable of the unimaginable. You know, don't ever feel like you've been handed a bad card and there's nothing that you can do about it, because I can assure you that card can change. I hope you all have had the most amazing New Year's and the best start to 2018.